Hi, I'm Jared Mead, State Representative for the 44th District. It's an honor to serve you as your voice in the House of Representatives. This video is a chance for me to hear from you, because it's a huge part of my job is making this a dialogue, keeping you informed about what's happening while listening to your ideas, comments, and stories. And to start, I'd like to tell you about what I'm working on this session. I've introduced 9 pieces of legislation this year. I want to drill down on 2 and talk about 2 bills in specific. I sponsored House Bill 1543 to tackle the recycling crisis in our state. You may have heard stories about China refusing to accept the vast majority of recyclables they used to take. While this has created a big problem for our state, this bill takes a problem and turns it into a bigger opportunity to make even more of our trash recyclable. The bill would focus our state's efforts by creating markets for those recyclable materials here in Washington state, which in turn can help create jobs. Separately, House Bill 1545 is about protecting your right to vote. Many counties in our state have a high rate of rejecting ballots. This legislation does a better job of protecting your vote by making it easier to notify voters there's a problem with their ballot and easier to fix those problems so you can get your ballots counted. I'd like to hear what you think of those ideas and listen to your comments and stories. You can reach me by mail, email, or the toll-free hotline. Finally, I'd like to close with a brief clip from the floor of the House of Representatives. My wife and I were blessed with our first son a few weeks ago, and I had the privilege of holding him while giving a speech supporting Children's Day. Please take a listen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As this body knows, 15 days ago, my wife gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, our first child. We named him Callan, and I brought him with me here today. Thank you. And when I first brought him home and held him in my arms and he squeezed my finger, I was flooded with emotions, with joy, happiness, excitement, a lot of nerves. But what I didn't expect to feel was the confidence in who I am and what I'm meant to do here. I've always been motivated by the drive to leave this world a better place for future generations, but having a son of my own really solidified that commitment because it made me think, what kind of a world do I want to leave for this little boy? Do I want him to be raised in an education system where if he needs a counselor and he's struggling, he can't find one? Or can't find a nurse if he's sick? Or if he needs a special educator, there's not one available for him? Do I want him to be forced into hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of student loan debt if he wants to pursue a higher education? If my son's first kiss is with another boy, or if he's not comfortable in the body that he was born into? Do I want him met with hatred and bigotry, barred from serving in our nation's military or using the proper bathroom? Do I want him swimming in an ocean filled with plastic garbage or absent of the species that I'm used to enjoying, the salmon and the beautiful orcas? Do I want my son's life expectancy to be lower than that of my own because of the pollution in the air that he breathes and the water that he drinks? Having a child makes a parent consider all of the nightmare scenarios. But today, on Children's Day, I choose to focus on our dreams. I want to finish fully funding our education system so that all children have the opportunity to be successful regardless of their background. I want to make record investments in our higher education system so that everybody has the opportunity to get a college degree or an apprenticeship or trade certification and find a job that pays the bills. I want to promote a loving and an inclusive society where all children and all people feel accepted for who they are. And finally, Mr. Speaker, I want to make sure we leave this world, this planet, the only one that we have, cleaner and healthier, not dirtier, than when we found it and when we handed off to Callan and his generation. Those are my dreams for this little baby boy who grips my finger so tight like he never wants to let go. So I'll never let go. And it's my hope that when he looks back on his father's time here in the People's House, whether that's 2 years or 22 years, he's proud of what his dad did on behalf of him and all the children of Washington State. Thank you and happy Children's Day, everybody.
Further remarks.